Welcome back, teachers. Today we're going to take a look at some images. Everything we're looking at today is going to be under the Insert tab. The very first one, the one that I like the most, is going to be under Shapes here. Shapes, you can use a variety of different items. They're very great. I'll play around with them here. You can use this when you're actually using your interactive classroom or when you're designing a template for a lesson. Over here, I'm just going to go to a pure backfill, but I'm going to take out the shape fill itself. And from here with no fill, I can type whatever I need in here and use it in the shape itself. So if I want to create boxes or chunk anything up, I can create some of these boxes, play around with them, and use a whole bunch of different variety for shapes. If I'm going to connect some ideas, I can go to this line. These are a bunch of the ones that I use a lot. From here, I don't really like the way the blue line looks, so I can change all the colors over here off on the side. You can scroll through, you have a variety of different colors. However, whatever makes it work for your lesson, you can go through. You can also put an outline around outside of it if you want it to be a little darker, or if you're happy with the way it is, we can leave it at that. But again, I strongly encourage playing around with the shapes. You can do a lot with them. I'll give you one simple thing that I've done. When you have a picture, I like to throw one of these thought bubbles up there, give it a no fill. And from here, I've pulled up a picture that will go along with our no-fill bubble. I'm going to click on the picture, move to Format. Again, I'm going to do a text wrap, so I'm going to make this thing square, pull it down. I'm going to stretch the picture out a little bit, give it a little distortion. Now from here, my thought bubble can be placed over anyone. I'm going to format it, and I'm actually going to bring it forward, so it's going to sit on top of whoever I want it to be. And from here, the students can go through and they can actually put themselves into this perspective of what these three very famous individuals would be thinking of at this historic moment. They can go through, they can apply some inferencing as well as some critical thinking and background information and turn this into an interactive lesson just based off of a shape and a picture that comes along with it. So again, under Insert these shapes, there's a lot that you can do with. I will go through one more item here. Let's say the shape is not situated right. So I've got my thought bubble here, but the thought part is down to the left. I want to shift it to the right. From here, I can do a little bit of work on the thought bubble and flip it around. Now I can twist it all the way around, but that doesn't necessarily work unless I'm going to put it down below our individual here. Again, I'm going to have to text wrap this square. I'll flip it around. Not going to work. So what I do need to do is I need to actually flip it. So I come to the right here. I'm going to rotate the object. I'm going to flip it horizontally, and I can play around with this and drag it wherever I want it to go. So again, I went to the shape, I found my shape, I clicked on it, I selected over here, and I can flip this any way I want to make it fit my purposes. So it's a lot you can do simply with shapes right there. The great thing about shapes is it also comes up in Microsoft PowerPoint here. So I pulled up a picture, Manifest Destiny picture that I go through with the students is something that they need to learn how to break down. Any art interpretation or anything that goes along with it. I use this a lot in team talk classes because when I'm in the team talk class, there's times when I'm trying to find a way to really break down the pieces and show a visual for some of our students. So if I go to Insert, I'm going to be able to see over Shapes here, I can circle items that I think are important. So you've got the train tracks. Again, if I go Shape Fill, and not white, but no fill, we can pull up the image. I got to go back to Insert, Shapes again. I find this, I like to show off the minors here. The minors are going to be going west. That's going to be important for our purposes as we continue to go on. We can talk about the flow of the picture itself, what's actually happening, which direction, who's our main focal point. Clearly she's going to be the focal point, and the entire picture is pointing in that same general direction. Going this way, I like to show the Native Americans and the reaction they get, the buffalo in the back, and any information you can add along while another teacher is going through and speaking, or if they're referencing something, you can always go through and just draw arrows to it. We've got the clouds, we've got the lighter clouds going into the darker clouds, and all of that's going to be great for any type of art breakdown or anytime somebody else is talking and you want to go through and provide, a visual representation. So shapes are a great way to play around in both Microsoft Word as well as in PowerPoint. And they give us a lot of freedom to be able to create templates for designs or to add on to designs without really spending too much more time on the lesson planning itself. If you have any questions, feel free to swing by and ask me, and I'll be more than happy to walk through this process a little bit more with you in depth. But once again, thanks for your time, and I'll see you later.